In this video, I am going to share with you a step-by-step pattern of making these cute penguin finger puppets, which makes your storytelling time even better. So let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to DIYKraftZ. For this project, I am using 100% cotton yarn with a crochet hook of size 3 mm. Now let us begin with a magic ring. First off, I am using the white color yarn for making a belly patch. So begin with a magic ring, then chain 1, and now in the center make 6 single crochet stitches. So yarn over, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through both the loops. So that's a single stitch. This is the second single crochet, and then the third one, 4, 5 and 6. Now pull the starting tail end to close the magic circle. Now to close this first row, you can make a slip stitch and fasten off. If not, you can just follow the method that I have shown in the video. First fasten off and pull out the thread from the last stitch. Now take this closing tail end into the tapestry needle. Once the thread is into the needle, identify the first single crochet and insert the needle in both the loops of the first stitch as shown in the video. Pull out the thread and now go back into the back loop of the last single stitch. Back loop and also the stitch from the back side. So this will give you a nice and neat join to complete your first row, and this completes the belly patch. So once both the threads are on the back side, you can fasten off them by making a knot. You can secure the join by making a simple knot on the back side of the belly patch. Now take out the tapestry needle, use the starting thread and the finishing thread and make a couple of knots. And this will secure the starting thread from the magic circle as well. After that, you can trim the threads close to the project, and we are going to attach this belly patch to the main project using a glue. But if you are going to attach it using a tapestry needle, then you can make use of these threads to attach it to the project. Now put this aside and let's start making the bill, or you can also call it as a beak, required for the penguin. Take around 10 to 12 centimeters of yellow color yarn and now make a loop as shown in the video. Now from the center of the loop, take one of the end and make turns into the loop as shown in the video. 5 to 6 times or maximum of 7 times will be good enough. Make sure the loops does not overlap. They will be one right to the opposite, to the next of each loop. And once you have all the 4 to 5 loops, then pull both the tail ends to make the beak come closer and make it a good knot. Put that aside and let's begin with the blue color for making the wings. It's the same 100% cotton yarn and a 3 mm crochet hook. Now begin with a magic circle. Adjust the loop. Now let's begin with chain 1. In the center, insert your needle, drop a loop and make first single stitch. And then make 1 half double crochet. So yarn over into the center, drop a loop, yarn over and pull the yarn through all the 3 loops on the hook. That's a half double stitch. Now we have to make 2 double crochet stitches. So yarn over, drop a loop from the center, yarn over, pull through 2 and pull through 2. That's the first half double crochet and this one is the second half double crochet. Now for the tip of the wing, make chain 2, put your needle back into the front loop of a DC and the first leg of the DC, yarn over and pull the yarn through all the loops on the hook. That's a picot. So chain 2 picot stitch and then make 2 more double crochet stitches. So that's first double stitch, again into the center, drop a loop and then the second double stitch. Now make 1 half double stitch. So yarn over from the center, drop a loop, yarn over and pull the yarn through all the loops on the hook. Again 1 single stitch. Now chain 1 and in the center make the last slip stitch. Now let's fasten off, make chain 1 and then trim the excess thread, leaving a 2 to 3 inches of tail end. Also you can pull the starting tail end tightly to close the magic ring. Just trim the thread and fasten off. So like this, make one more wing for the other side, and if you want you can use these tail ends to attach it to the main project. If not, just weave in those tail ends and you can glue these wings to the main project. Either way it will be good. Make one more wing like using the same pattern, that makes 2 wings. Now put this aside and let's start making the body of the penguin. And with the same blue color yarn what we have used for making the wings, I'm again making a magic ring to start with. Now chain 1 and let's start making the first row. Here I'm making 6 single crochet stitches, but make sure if you wanted a wider or bigger finger puppet, like if you have fat fingers you can make 7 or 8 also, and also if you want the thinner or the small finger puppet you can make 5 single stitches in the center, and this 6 count fits my finger, so I'm just showing this pattern with 6 single stitches. Once the 6 single stitches are completed, pull the starting tail end to close the center. Now remove the stitch marker. And now in the next stitch we will make increases in each and every stitch. So insert the needle on the top of the first stitch, make 1 single crochet and put back the stitch marker into this new stitch. Now into the same stitch insert your needle, drop a loop and make 1 more single stitch. So these 2 stitches in the first stitch makes a single crochet increase. Now in the next stitch make 1 more increase. Here the single crochet increase, which means making 2 single stitches in the same stitch. As we have 6 stitches in the first row, we will make 6 increases in the second row, which will give us a total of 12 stitches by the end of the second row. Here I am making the 5th increase of the second row. That's 2 single stitches in the 5th stitch, and then that's the 6th increase. So you will have total 12 single stitches by the end of the second row. Now remove the stitch marker and let's start making the third row. So from third row till row 11 we are going to make 1 single stitch in each stitch, but remember that we have to add the detailings of, like, you know, the eyes, nose and wings and everything while you crochet itself. So we are going to take a regular breaks in between from stitching this pattern to attach all those, and then we'll continue with the rest of the pattern. So in third row, after making 1 single stitch in each and every stitch, it will take a small cap shape. And now before you proceed, we have to secure the starting thread that is coming out from the magic circle. Now take this starting tail end into the tapestry needle. First of all, secure this with making a knot into one of the nearby stitches. So insert the needle into next stitch, any of the loop, and then secure it by making a knot. Once the knot is done, then you can weave in the remaining thread into nearby stitches or couple of stitches, hide the tail end, and then you can trim the excess thread close to the project. Usually in amigurumis we will not cut the excess thread, we will just leave it in there for the stuffing, but for this finger puppet project it will be it should be not visible and it shouldn't touch our project, like the fingers inside. So to give that neat finishings, we are just trimming down all the excess threads. So now the third row is completed. Let's start making the fourth row. Again in the fourth row we have to make 1 single stitch in each and every stitch. So adjust the loop on the needle and start making the 4th row and put a stitch marker where you started the 4th row, and then continue to make one single stitch in each and every stitch throughout the row. That's 2, 3. If you want, you can just put a count on each and every stitch you make so that you will not go wrong while working in your project. Once all the 4 stitches are completed, let us attach the nose and fix the eyes. So attach the nose part, like you take the one of the tail end and insert the needle in between row 3 and row 4, and now insert it as shown in the video. Take the second tail end of the nose and take it into the tapestry needle, and one stitch away from the first stitch you insert the needle into the project and fix this nose position in between the rows 3 and 4. Now turn your project inside out, and on the back side of the project you secure both of these tail ends. So firstly make a knot to fix their positions in the project, and after that we don't want those tail ends inside the finger puppet, so for that purpose we are going to hide these tail ends again by using a tapestry needle. So it is a little bit small project, so it would be a little difficult while we are weaving in the ends, but carefully do this step so that your finished project will be good. Just like how you have weaved in the first thread, in the same manner take the tail end into the tapestry needle and insert it, and then trim the excess thread close to the project. So once the nose is fixed, let's arrange the eyes. So in between row 2 and row 3 I've applied a small amount of glue, and with 2 stitches apart I'm just putting a black stones as eyes. It is preferred not to use safety eyes because of the screw end on the inside. So these kind of stones will work better. If not, you try to embroider the eyes using a black color yarn. Now let's continue with row 5 till row 11. So you will just remove the stitch marker and you will continue with the remaining pattern with one single crochet in each and every stitch throughout the row. Here the row 11 is just an approximation. If you wanted a taller finger puppet, go up to 12 or 13 or up to your required height. If not, you can just reduce the number of stitches to make it a smaller finger puppet. But the recommended number of rows will be row 11. After completing 11 rows, here I am just completing the project. So making the last single stitch of the 11th row. Now remove the stitch marker. In the next stitch, so here you see the shape of the finger puppet and it comes up to the second knuckle of my finger. So it exactly fits according to my requirement. You can adjust the pattern according to the according to your requirement, and then make a slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 1 and trim the excess thread, leaving a small tail end of 2 to 3 inches, and then fasten off. Now to complete this project, take this tapestry the tail end into the tapestry needle, weave in and then hide the excess thread. After weaving in the tail end, you can just trim the excess thread close to the project. Now let's assemble the stomach patch and the wings for the finger puppet. As I have already told you, I am using a glue to attach all the parts with the finger puppet. But if you wish to attach them using a tapestry needle, make sure you attach them properly. So attach the belly patch in between row 7 to row 10, and it's right under the nose part. Now for the wings part, I have weaved in the excess threads. Again, I have used the glue at the magic center and attached it to the base of the finger puppet carefully. Allow it to dry, and that's it. Your cute penguin finger puppet is now ready. I hope you all enjoyed watching this tutorial. Do give this pattern a try and let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. The written pattern for this project is given in the description. Do check it out. Do not forget to share your work to me on Instagram. See you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share it and subscribe to DIYKraftZ.